been renting this car for 8 months straight and still doesn't want to give it back. Basically, I picked up this Toyota Yaris 8 months ago for $4,500 all in. If you don't know, if you're new here, I rent my vehicles directly to my customers, not on the Turo platform. So of course I'm able to make way more money, but also have way more control. And after about a month of having this car, I secured this amazing long-term client. He's been paying $350 a week for 7 months straight. Please, I'll let you guys go ahead and do that math. And if you're renting your cars out on Turo, there's no shot you're seeing numbers like this. At this point, man, this might as well be his Yaris. But hey, if you don't have good credit and you don't pay your bills on time, what do you expect? Today, he finally stopped by to let us do some routine maintenance. I've done long-term rentals, I've done short-term rentals, and by far, long-term rentals are the way to go. But yes, on every single one of our long-term clients, we include the maintenance and prefer them to come in monthly. But on this vehicle, yeah, I've made easily over $10,000. So why would I complain about replacing $40 tires and $100 brakes? Keep the client happy, maintain the vehicles, and they'll keep coming back every single time.
Now, this is some great content right here. This is a guy who said he spent $4,500 on a Toyota Yaris. Those are really good cars too. I mean, you could get 200, 300,000 miles on them cars if you maintenance it right, keep that oil change in check. But this is a guy who's privately renting. So when he says $350 per week, he's renting to someone, probably a gig worker, who they got to be if they had the car for 7 months. But that's some good money to make. At $350 a week, that's just off of one car. You're bringing in $1,400 a month off this one vehicle, minus whatever the insurance is. And like he says, what is it to go get some tires done or the brakes done for your guest that's renting this car and that's paying $350 every week? And he probably got this car either Facebook Marketplace or auction, somewhere of that nature. But wherever he got the car, great deal. Great, excellent deal. And then to turn around and rent it out privately to where you don't have Turo in your pockets. Like I said, I tell you all the time, I'm a host on Turo, and I don't have no issues with them. They only get 10% of my earnings. I've never had an issue with them, and I make a lot of money with Turo. Okay, well over 6 figures. So this video though is very informative. So these are just showing you different ways that you can get into this rental car space on the cheap end, just $4,500. I mean, look at that investment and the turnaround time. You'll make that back. If he's making $1,400 a month, we need about 3.5 months to make that money back, and everything else is all in the green. And this guy has had it for 7 months. So those 3 months he done made his money back. Everything else is all in the green, and it's going to continue like that as long as he keep this car in tip-top shape, drivable, and get somebody else in it to rent it. So great idea. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this. Is this a route you think you're going to go down when you start your rental car business? I know some of y'all watch these videos and watch my content just to either get information or see which avenue you want to go down. Like I tell people, do your due diligence. Some folks have no problem with Turo and do really well. I'm one of them. Some folks don't like Turo and only want to do private. I don't do private. I have 2 cars that I have privately, and so what I will do is when a car is reaching a certain milestone, like 170,000 miles or something like that, then I will go ahead and like start to privately rent it out to gig workers. But this is a great way. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's your boy William Boston. I'll holler at you on the next one.